Welcome back to our product roundup videos, where we talk about everything our engineers have pushed. Let's get into what our engineers have pushed so far this year. First, if you haven't heard already, Clay's in ChatGPT. Type in @Clay. Let's find some marketing leaders at Vanta. And I'll press enter, and it will now procure a table where it will perform this search. You can then access their enrichments, like finding their work email, and even draft an email directly in ChatGPT, which you can put right into your email inbox. Next, let's talk about Hubspot. We've pushed 2 new features that are going to make your life much easier. First up, we have Hubspot Sequencer being accessible directly in Clay. This allows you to push all of your emails and drafted copy right into Hubspot Sequencer, right from a Clay table. We also created more control over Hubspot's OAuth access directly in Clay. In your Clay settings, you can go and see if you add this connection. Let's type in HubSpot. And when I click here, you can see this screen is new. There are required scopes, so some of these are required for Clay to simply have access to your HubSpot account, but there are optional scopes as well, and these you can turn on and off as you please. This will make your security teams much happier and make sure everyone is on the same page. Knowing how many credits your team is spending is critical. For all enterprise plans, your Clay Workspace admin can now add a credit limit to all workbooks created in your workspace moving forward. This allows your credit spend to be much more predictable and prevent people from spiking credit usage. In your workspace settings, in your credit usage tab, we can go over to workbook limits. Here, I can then click on Manage Default Limits and toggle this on. From here, I can enter a limit of, let's say, 10,000 credits, and I would save, and then this is applied to all new workbooks created moving forward. You can now use Gemini 3 Pro in all of your AI columns. It also excels in multimodal contexts, meaning if you want to upload an image or a video or even audio as an input to a prompt, Gemini 3 Pro can handle it. If you've been using Clay for a while, you'll be very familiar with the write-to-table action. This action simplifies multi-table workflows by allowing you to send data from one table to another. There's 2 ways you can use this feature. One way is by sending data from one table into a fresh, brand new table, and you can also use this feature to send data from one table into an existing table that already has data. Here in this table, you can see we have a bunch of prospect data and we have a send table data column. I'm going to click the play button right here, which is sending this data into a fresh table right here. And you can see all of this lands, and if you click on the row action, you'll see here is everything that existed in that first table. Looking up stuff in Salesforce used to take a long time. Now it doesn't. Let me show you something cool. In this Clay table here, there's 2,000 rows. And I'll just show you first what this looks like, and many of you will know exactly what's going on here. I'm gonna save and force run all 2,000 rows, and look at how fast each of these updated. Each row used to be a single API call. What our engineers have done is they batch these API calls so that 200 rows is a single API call now. So looking up stuff in your Salesforce account will be much, much faster if you use this new action called lookup record by ID. You can now save any combination of columns and waterfalls within those columns as a template. In this table, I'll first add a work email waterfall based on Clay's suggested next column. Amazing. We can see Sam's email right here, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select all of these columns. I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna say save as a template. Let's give this a name, and let's create the template. Then I'm gonna create a brand new table, and here's the beautiful part. I can now go and just type in templates here, and I can see Owen template, the one I just saved, is now able to be used directly within this table without any issues. And you can see the waterfall will populate as soon as this template loads. Here we go. Obviously, we don't have an email in here, hence all the errors. Colored columns are coming back with a bang. They used to be just a single line across the column. They added a bunch of thematic colors, and they made it look beautiful. They used to look like this, now they look like that. You can go in and right click, and if you click on change color and select red, look at how nice that looks. You can make organizing your tables so much easier. Thanks for sticking around. You can see more details about all of these updates at clay.com/changelog. I've been Owen, and I'll see you in the next product roundup.